So look, if it's not obvious to you yet, Donald Trump and Elon Musk have really massively overreached. They really read too much into this notion that, hey, we have a mandate, right? This is the thing you hear from Republicans. Even if they lose the popular vote but win the Electoral College, it's mandate. We get to do whatever we want. But this time, Trump won the popular vote by 1.5%, right, on paper. And he's acting like it was a Reagan landslide, 48 out of 50 states, or like an FDR landslide, where FDR won the presidency 4 times and had 80% of the House and 80% of the Senate. And that's a mistake. That's a mistake. When you move this fast and you're this aggressive with the change you want to bring, especially since the change he's delivering is objectively bad, this really has consequences. So, for example, Elon Musk's approval rating, there's one poll that has him at 36%, one that has him at 39%. That's literally Joe Biden territory, right? And it's going to go lower. It's going to go lower. The other thing is, even among Republicans, the percentage of Republicans that say they want Elon Musk to have a lot of influence in the administration, that plummeted 20 points. I believe it's at around, was it 27%, something like that? Only 6% of independents want Elon to have a lot of influence in the administration. They're moving too fast. They're way too aggressive. And again, the things they're doing objectively are going to hurt people. Getting rid of the CFPB, the anti-scam police, that's insane. 200 million Americans got positive results from that government agency. Now you want to wipe it away and lie about it? Good luck with that, right? Now, on the one hand, though, and this would be the counter-argument to what I'm saying, people would say, look, with the last guy who was president, he was basically dead. It felt like he wasn't doing anything. And so at least people now see action, they see movement, they see energy, they see, we're getting stuff done, right? And again, I think there's an argument for that. Assuming the things you're doing are either benign or positive, then yeah, the energetic nature of it, people might like it, right? But the stuff they're doing is so bad, it's going to fucking catch up to them. So just one more example. There's a poll that just came out. Trump's approval rating is 4 points underwater, right? To put that in perspective for you, Joe Biden at this point in his administration was plus 17. In other words, there is a honeymoon period that the American people give you right when you get in office. It doesn't last long, and it varies a little bit from president to president. But generally speaking, you get a little bit of a honeymoon period. Well, Trump is -4 in his honeymoon period. One poll has him at that. One poll, the most I've seen him above water is +4. But again, even Biden was plus 17 at this point. Moving too fast, breaking too many things. It ain't pretty, right? And also just the psychotic nature of casually getting out there and saying, we're going to take Panama, we're going to take Greenland, we're going to tariff Canada, we're going to tariff Mexico, we're going to invade Mexico, we're going to, Iran better fall in line, like all the, it's not landing. So I have a really great example for you here. When you're a bad leader, you don't really consider all of the consequences of the decisions you make, right? A good leader sits down, even if they believe something, they go, okay, this is what I want to do. Tell me what the downsides of this would be. Tell me the potential pitfalls of this idea that I believe in. This is what a good leader would do. This is what a smart person would do, right? Trump and Elon are not that. Honestly, they're fucking idiots. They're part of the lucky sperm club, and that's why they are where they are. Failed up their entire lives. Okay. So here's one of those ideas that has colossally backfired. One of the things that Trump demanded in a slate of executive orders on the first day, hey, we're done with at-home work. Particularly when he wants to do it for the whole country, but he has the ability to do it via executive order for government employees. He's like, no more at-home work. That's done. That's over. Ready? Here we go. Watch what he says now when he's asked about that.
Many of those people, and we talk about reporting to work, right? I happen to be a believer that you have to go to work. I don't think you can work from a home. I don't know. It's like there's a whole big, you can work from home. Nobody's going to work from home.
Okay, just real quick. Trump has literally almost spent half of this term, at Mar-a-Lago golfing. I'm not kidding. You can't work from home. That's crazy. Everybody's got to shut up and go to work. You've spent nearly half your time golfing. Nearly half your time. Now, by the way, I wish he would spend all of his time there because I don't want him fucking up the country, right? Elon can go golfing too, or go fishing. I want them to do the other things. But you can't say, hey, you got to shut the fuck up and show up to work. Meanwhile, I'm the president of the United States and I'm fucking golfing with Tiger Woods and his son. So okay, let's keep going.
They're going to play tennis. They're going to play golf. They're going to do a lot of things. They're not working. It's a rare person that's going to work. You might work 10% of the time, maybe 20%. I don't think you're going to work a lot more than that. And I think they have an obligation to work, and they have an obligation not to have a second job when they're supposed to be working for the federal government. You're going to find that a lot of these people have second jobs instead of working for. They'll be collecting a federal government check, and they'll be working 2 jobs, and that's big trouble for them.
Leaders who aren't smart, they will make a decision and then not really evaluate all the potential consequences. Well, get this. So I happen to live in an area that has a lot of government jobs. There's a military base nearby. And we have a lot of friends who work on the base, do various government jobs. And Crystal was having a conversation with one of these people. There are, even among the hardcore Republicans who work in that field, they were all, with the swipe of a pen from Donald Trump, they were told, you got to get your ass to the fucking office. Well, guess what? The reason why so many people work from home is because they have jobs where they can work from home. It's efficient, and everybody's used to that. Well, if you snap your finger and say everybody's got to go now to work in the office, well, guess what? Now, a drive that should take 10 minutes takes over a fucking hour because there's a line to get into the base that stretches miles and miles and miles. And of course, there's a process in order to get in, etc. And so all these people, you just threw a wrench into their whole fucking lives. Now, hey, I used to be able to drop off the kid at school, then get to work. Now, shit, I got to have somebody else drive the kid, or I got to drop him off way fucking early because I got to go sit on a line for an hour to get into the office to go work, and that process takes really long. And so even the hardcore Republicans are like, oh my God, what have we done? Nobody can vote for this guy. This is fucking crazy. He's just upending lives casually. The reason why a certain number of people work from home is because they can work from home, and it's efficient for them to work from home. And by the way, they lie about the numbers too. I believe the percentage, I've looked this up a while ago, but I'm pretty sure the percentage federal government workers that work from home and they purely work from home, that's only about 14%, right? And I think 32% work just in the office. So if 32% are purely in the office, and now he's making everybody in the office. Think about how many lives that upends. Think about the negative consequences associated with that and how many of your own supporters you pissed off. All for some, what's the real reason he did it? I guess for the government this doesn't particularly apply, but the idea of getting everybody back to work, they don't want the commercial real estate bubble to pop. And the commercial real estate bubble is on the brink of popping. So now it's like, okay, what if we just banned at-home work? Force everybody back to the office. That's their brilliant idea in order to counteract that. But again, they would do it for the country if they could, but he can't do that through executive order. But he did do it for federal workers in a casual executive order. And you just upended so many lives without thinking of the fucking consequences and pissed off so many people. The other thing is the brilliant Elon Musk idea of let's offer everybody a federal buyout to retire early. Sent out an email to every government worker. Hey, we're offering you X amount of money and you got to work till this date, but then you're done and you could accept the buyout, blah, 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 blah. Literally everybody who has these government jobs, they all looked at each other like, first of all, who the fuck sent this? Second of all, is it even legal for me to take it? Third of all, when some people took it, nobody fucking responded to them, so now they're in fucking limbo and don't know what the fuck to do. These people would go to their higher-ups at their job and go to human resources and be like, is this real? Can I take this? How does this work? And they're like, we don't know. Because these are bad leaders. They don't consider the consequences of their actions. They don't care. Making any change in any industry, any business, is a huge thing, even if it's a little change. Because then so many things, it's like the butterfly effect, so many things around it have to also move with it, right? Only fucking morons are like, yeah, we're going to do this and that's it. And it's like, you didn't even consider, what about you got to dot this I and you got to cross this T and you got to change this thing and change that thing. It doesn't occur to him because he's a fucking moron. And so this is one of many examples I could give you of he's going to end with 28% approval rating, bro. He really is. Because you don't get it. How many videos have we seen now of people who voted for Trump who immediately regretted it because he did something that personally impacted them horribly? Another great example, we covered it the other day, a farmer who voted for Trump was like, look, I did all these updates to my farm and spent all this money, because I was guaranteed under the IRA, the Inflation Reduction Act, to be reimbursed for that. And now he froze the Inflation Reduction Act funds illegally. So now I'm going to lose my fucking farm. I'm going to lose my farm. I'm going to lose my livelihood. And he doesn't consider any of this. He doesn't care about any of this. He's just like, Biden bad, Biden bill bad, phrase it, end it. It's like, okay, good luck with that. Because you're gonna fucking spark a revolution against your ass. Think like lifelong Republicans who are like, holy shit, this fucking sucks. Fuck this guy. Force me to go back to the office. I can do my job from home. I should do my job from home. I've been doing it for years and everything works out fine. And then you come in and say, shut the fuck up and go to the office. I don't even have office space anymore. There's nowhere for them to put me. Right? Like they don't think any of these things through, bro. Okay. All right. But again, here's a guy who was golfing nearly half of his administration so far. And he's lecturing everybody else about shut up and go to work. Right? Like a multi-billionaire. This is a guy who just ran a crypto scam on his own supporters and made $100 million in fees alone and then billions on top of that. And he's going to lecture you about good business practices. Hey, you got to go to the office. Sorry. Meanwhile, it's like, you just scammed tens of thousands of people. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares what you think about anything. Jesus Christ. So, there you have it. According to Trump, you are not working if you work from home, right? God forbid you go at your own pace. God forbid, you eat some cookie dough ice cream and have your pajama pants on. God forbid you actually take care of the kids while you're there. Nope, can't have it. It's a mechanism of control. It's a mechanism of domination by the robber baron class, by the executives, by the bosses. And he is on the side of the bosses. He's on the side of capital. He doesn't give a fuck about the workers. And it's just another example of it right here. He's telling you, you can't work from home, even if you get your job done, even if you do a good job. No, we want the bosses to be able to monitor you 24/7. Shut the fuck up and get back to the office. All right. Well, as I said, this is one of those many things. There are going to be consequences to him doing shit like this, without a doubt. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.